Hey everyone, today I created an entire room that I'm going to be painting with the world's brightest paint. So a few videos ago, I created an entire room that I painted with the world's blackest paint. And this was pretty awesome, but I have to say, after a few days of living in the blackest room, I needed some light in my life. Oh, I can't see anything. Oh, there's a wall. Oh, there's a wall. Oh, there's my favorite corner. Now, to create the world's brightest room, the first thing you might think of is to make a mirrored surface. So let's say I made my whole room made out of mirrors. Well, actually, mirrors don't reflect that much light. They only reflect around 90 to 95% of light. In fact, that's why they look kind of grayish, is because whatever you see in the mirror is dimmer than what is in real life, and so it's kind of a grayscale to it. Now, there is actually something that reflects more light than a mirror, except it doesn't reflect it the way a mirror does. A mirror does it through specular reflection, where it preserves the angle of incidence and you can see where the light came from. But mirrors aren't very good at spreading light around a room. You want diffuse reflection. So the material that actually reflects the most light in the world is called spectralon. Spectralon is actually the whitest thing in the world. It reflects over 99% of visible light. Now, unfortunately, spectralon is not actually a paint, so I couldn't make a room out of spectralon. But even when things are really white, they're not that impressive because you can still see shadows on them. For example, even on spectralon, you can see where the edges of the disc are. So the next logical thing was to get the world's glowiest paint, or the world's brightest paint. So I went and I bought a bunch of the world's brightest glow-in-the-dark pigment called Lit. Now this Lit pigment is pretty amazing. It's the brightest glow-in-the-dark material you can find. Once you charge it up, it's almost like it becomes its own flashlight. And the coolest thing about this Lit pigment is you don't just have to charge it with only light. You can actually charge it with heat as well. So if you just heat it up a little bit, it actually glows. Now this is going to be amazing because basically, if you're in a slightly warmer room, that means that your walls will always be glowing slightly. And then I decided what I can do is use my 100,000 lumen flashlight and charge up the room and see how bright it actually is without a light bulb on. Now I'm tired of my black room, so let's turn it into a light room. Okay, the first thing I need to do is resurface the old Musou Black walls. So I'm gonna tear off the black paint and then repaint it white. Okay, the room is now finished. I'm gonna go inside, turn on my 100,000 lumen flashlight, and see how bright it glows. Okay, here we go, let's head in. So, this has not been charged up yet, and it's not warm in here. So this is as dim as it's going to be. Let's charge it up and see what happens. Okay, so you're gonna see a really bright flash of light. I'm gonna be closing my eyes. Let's charge it up, and then turn it off and see what it looks like. Okay, here we go. I'm nervous. 3, 2, 1. Holy cow, this is awesome. Look how bright it is. This is so cool. It's almost like when you have a black light on with fluorescent walls, how it's glowing, but there's no source of light right now. All of this light is coming from the flashlight that got stored in the pigment, and now it's releasing it slowly. And it'll stay lit like this for hours, actually. Look how bright it is in here. This is so awesome. I love just the glow that doesn't come from any particular source. It's just kind of everywhere around the room. It feels very mystical in here and calming for some reason. Let's try to make a crime scene. Check it out. That's so cool. It looks like someone sunk into the floor. So it's much easier to find the door in the lit room versus the Musou Black room. Okay, the coolest thing is what it looks like through the cracks of the door. You'd think there's this green light bulb in there, but there's nothing illuminating it in here besides the walls itself. So cool. Watch how I can write on the walls with just a hairdryer. So other than heat, I haven't charged this room at all, and look how bright it still is. I'm just using my iPhone, so it has totally enough light to film in here after being charged with only heat. Now this is cool. So if you keep your room warm enough, you can have a room that glows indefinitely. You don't have to ever charge it with light. What's really neat is even the friction of my finger makes the light a little bit brighter. So the friction's heating it up a little bit, making it glow. Well, that is so cool. That works surprisingly well. Okay, let's see what this looks like when we use our laser light now. I can draw in my room everywhere, ceiling, floor, anything I want. Let's write my name. The Action Lab. Pretty good. Mixture of cursive and non-cursive. So you just get a laser and you can scribble around your room any way you want. Hey everyone, thanks for watching another episode of the Action Lab. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet, and also hit the bell so that you can be notified when I release my latest video. And check out theactionlab.com to see the Action Lab experiment boxes and experiment book. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.